Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. So, I just got done recording my video kind of going over the Vegas experience that I had at Elestrals Worlds, and one thing I did say while I was there in that video was that today, as I'm recording this, is that they're going to be releasing, or that they did, as of the time of recording this video, is that they're releasing a Banlist video. And I did not watch that Banlist video because, yay me, my laptop was dead, so when I went to go record, these videos, because, yay, I didn't realize my laptop was dead, and everything was all like super glitchy and everything, so I was just like, I'm just gonna wait and yeah, kind of just, you know, let everything wait for about an hour, and yeah, so kind of just let everything wait on for a bit. So I did see people talking about stuff, and I was like, alright, well, I'm gonna just wait until until things let on. But the one thing I did know was that they were going to do a temporary ban list going post-Worlds, and this was due to a manufacturing delay. So Sunstrike was supposed to kind of be out either by now or in like about a month, or about a couple weeks, but due to a manufacturing delay with I think it was the Stellar Hollow foiling, they had to then put it back by a couple months, so we won't get it until about May. So, and it's like the end of March right now, is like going to April, and so we're not going to get it until like the end of May. And so, what are we going to do for the next like couple weeks, like for the next like 8 weeks until Sunstrike. So they're just like, let's do a temporary ban list. So for the next however many weeks until Sunstrike releases, we're going to be doing a temporary ban list, just to kind of freshen up the format post-Worlds, so this way, we're not just doing the same stale format for however long it takes, and I'm okay with that. I'm not too upset to have a brand new format, even if it's temporary. And of course, if you talk to people and they're just like, well, it's because of this thing, we should have had Sunstrike out months ago and this and that. It's like, look, be happy that we're getting Sunstrike how we're getting it now. As much as I can sit here and point fingers and be upset, there's nothing we could do. I'm one person, you're one person, it is what it is. There's nothing that we can do. But the most we can do is just kind of do what we can and just kind of exist. But we'll be happy that we have what we have. And if this means we gotta do another couple months, a month and a half of live stream, but with a temporary ban list, I'll be happy. I'll be happy. And so let's get on with this. I think from the thumbnail, it looked to be like fish. So
Hello, casters. My name is Ben, but you might know me as Ridiculous Hat. No, I'm not wearing a hat. It's okay. I'm the Director of Player Experience here at Elestrals, and today I have an exciting update to share with you on the upcoming meta. So, We just got back from the World Championships. It was pretty great. For everyone that I saw there, for everyone that had a good time there, I'm really glad you got to go. For everyone that didn't, we'll see you at our next event. So for those of you there, you saw the tournament. Really exciting gameplay. Congratulations to Trishula for winning the event. And of course, if you were in the hall, you saw some Sunstrike, the brand new set that's coming out May 22nd. We had some of it there, but it's not going to be available in stores for a little while. However, that's not going to stop us from pushing our tournament circuit forward and preparing the road to Worlds 2027. So, starting April 1st, we're going to reset all the qualifier points. The road to Worlds 2027 begins. The first premiere is on Saturday, April 4th. This is also when we're resetting all the Divine's Favor systems, the Folk Hero systems that we talked about at Worlds. You'll want to go to locals and start earning those points towards your promos. Now, normally, this is where we'd have a new set and where we'd have new tournament packs. But as you may know, the manufacturer delay to Sunstrike has made that tricky. We're going to adjust, and we're extending this season to make sure you have more time to earn your points. In addition, to keep things fresh for a little while, we have a temporary ban list coming to the meta. Now, we don't use temporary ban lists all the time, and we don't want to use temporary ban lists all the time. But in this particular circumstance, it calls for it. We want to make sure the format stays fresh, that we gather a little bit of data on possible adjustments we could make in the future, but we don't want to disrupt players' collections, especially at the local level. This is a change that's really going to make a difference at the Premier level, and it may bring some novelty to your locals as well. In addition, like I mentioned, we're going to test out these cards and see exactly how they feel with the adjustments. It's possible that some of these are totally fine to come back and will stick around for Sunstrike, whereas it's also possible in the future that maybe some of these gotta go. No promises right now, we just want to see how things change. Okay, so you've heard the goals, you've heard the ideas, so what are we doing? Let me give you the temporary ban list, and by the way, this will go into effect on Friday, April 3rd, and will be live for the premiere on Saturday, April 4th.
Okay, so we have
First of all, Aphoros from base set is banned. Now, if you have been playing Elestrals for the past couple of months, if you have been in the competitive sphere, you've probably heard about Fish. This deck we knew was going to be pretty solid coming out of the January.
That's a big ol' F you to fish. Big ol' F you to fishy fishy fish. I'm okay with that. Literally, I kid you not. The fact that there were times where, and I kid you not, like, there were games where I have lost in premieres in the past, like my first ever premiere that I played. Oh god, the last Moonrise premiere, I want to say, I lost to a Chronodile deck. Now, I ended up winning the round, wholeheartedly, but I lost a game solely because, that Aphoros, drew my opponent 6 cards because of that effect. So the effect is Nexus 2, up to 2 water. Then you draw a card for every water that you Nexused. I lost yesterday. I went up to Connecticut, for an event, and I lost a whole round because 2 games in a row, my opponent was able to, do that exact effect and draw 5 cards. What am I supposed to do? I can't out a 4 defense. You know, turn 1, they play it, Nexus, draw 2, search, plop down the champ one, get 5 attack. So they have a 5 attack, a 4 defense, set 3 back row. I can't out either of them. They have 3 back row, so they stop me with 1 of the back row. Next turn, Nexus 2, draw 2 more, set more back row. I still can't out it. Next turn, Nexus 2, draw 2. Like, at that point, I'm like, y'all banned Nog. Y'all banned Nog, and yet that thing still lived? Legitimately? I'm sitting here and I'm like, wait, how did that thing live and Nog didn't? Here's the funny thing. This is a temporary ban, though. This is temporary. Nog ban is permanent. That's the one thing I don't get, though. That's the one thing I don't get. This is a temporary ban. This will come back, come Sunstrike. Now, to be fair, I think it's fine to let this live in some capacity. I think at 1. I think at 1, it should kind of have some existence, but I still think I think just in general, I'm just upset that like y'all banned Nog, and this is just a temporary thing that will come back come Sunstrike.
January 19th ban list, but it has overperformed beyond what we expected. A big part of this is that base set Aphoros, one of those pesky base set Nexusers, refills back row runes so reliably that it's very, very hard to catch up when the fish deck gains an advantage. The Aphrodite and Magnaros cards are really good at finding this Aphoros. We tried it out with 1, and 1 just doesn't cut it. You don't really eliminate the gameplay experience. So instead, we're going to go with a temporary ban on this card. We'll see how Fish adapts without the power of Perpetual Draw. Okay, so we thought that Fish might have been the best deck going into Worlds, but actually, we saw quite a bit of performance from Solar decks. Many of them featuring Celestlio, and many of them featuring Novacore Champion of Apollo, which we are limiting to 1 copy. Now, this card has been a strong performer for the entirety of Lifestream. It's a normal cast 2-drop, it's non-target removal, it's a really great defender. It really picked up after...
Yay! I have no words. I am extremely ecstatic. I'm happy as all heck. That thing can go to the wayside. Now, I'm acting as if this, as if this is permanent. I'm actually upset that this isn't permanent. I'm upset this isn't a permanent list. Truly, I am upset this isn't a permanent list. Because of the fact that, like, damn it. Man, I wish these were permanent. Alright, to be fair, like, I know what's coming up in set 7. Alright, so, like, to be all honest, like, I know what comes up in set 7 because, you know, like, we all know what comes up set 7. I could do, like, a full set review as, like, another video. Um, it truly is a jump in power level because they did actually announce, like, they did say it in a lot of their card reveals, like, they tested set 7 as if they were going against full power set 6. So, like, set 7 is, oh boy. But the one good thing is that set 7 has answers to the power level and the issues that set 7 releases in set 7. So, you know, we don't need to fully worry about set 7 because of the fact that set 7 answers everything really, like, in set 7. Um but I feel like Nova Core is just such an issue. It's not that bad. It's not that bad, but I do feel like legitimately I feel like Nova Core is one of those cards that I feel like if you were to scale this back and say, all right, we're going to untemp this ban list. All right, you know, I'm gonna save this until we go back to until afterwards.
For the January 19th ban list as well, and now most decks are running 3 copies, 2 Glimbats, 2 Temples, and many are even running Exaltus, which can serve to search multiple copies to ensure that nothing sticks to the board. This is very tough to keep up with, and we're worried that if we only go after Fish, then Solar will be the top dog, especially after winning the last tournament. As such, we're putting Novacore to 1 to see how Solar can adapt. But that's not it. Now you might think, oh, Fish had the most copies in the top 16, Solar was right behind it, that's it, right? But there's a little bit more. We want to make sure that we truly introduce a more diverse meta experience, and there are a couple of decks waiting in the wings that we want to try out some changes to as well. First, let's talk about Hermes. Aviolith, Champion of Hermes, is limited to 1. If you've played against Hermes, or if you've talked about Hermes, you might have heard 32 spirits being thrown around.
Yes.
I'm not sure the deck is quite at that level, but playing against multiple Avioliths makes it seem like that Hermes can go on forever. We were debating a little bit between do we do 2 copies or 1 copy, but when you have 2 copies, you're able to trickery them back and forth. It really doesn't feel meaningfully different. As opposed to 1 copy, these Hermes players will have to be extra careful with their resources, which, from what I can tell, they really like doing. Is that it? Nope, we've got one more. Morfrost Chimera form is moving to 2 copies. Semi-limits can seem a little strange, but as we described in our banlist philosophy in the last video and in the last article, again in January, semi-limits are used when a card really compounds in multiples, and if you've played against Morfrost, you've seen Chimera for Bat, for Chimera, for Bat, for Chimera. Shaving 1 copy will reduce the chance of drawing this naturally early, but since the deck is already doing Narpoon into Lycan anyways, that's not as much of a concern, it's not nothing, but it's more about the ceiling of the mid-game draw of Chimera off the top to make a couple of 5s out of nowhere. By reducing the frequency of that and reducing the ceiling of that, we expect the Morfrost decks to shift just a little bit to accommodate for more normal casts, and maybe we see more Brummelinxes running around. Okay, and that's the whole thing. So, this goes into effect on Friday the 3rd. It will cease to apply on Friday, May 22nd, the day that Sunstrike comes out. We really look forward to see what you come up with, and we will see you on Saturday the 4th for the first premiere of the Road to Worlds 2027.
Okay, so let's... Yeah. So yeah, I mean, that's not a bad list. Legitimately. Base Fish banned, not terrible. A limited Novacore, a limited AV, and a semi-limited Morfrost Chimera. Honestly, those are all not bad hits. Personally, I feel like Aephros can go to 1. Like, if you were to say, all right, let's revert this back to, like, let's go to Sunstrike. So I want to say let's go to Sunstrike. And let's just go to Sunstrike now and bring this and convert what this list is. I would say Morfrost can go back to 3 copies. Aviolith can go to 2. Novacore, honestly, you just up all these copies. Like, Aephros to 1, Novacore to 2, Aviolith to 2, Morfrost to 3. Like, Morfrost doesn't really matter. In Sunstrike. It's just because of the fact that Sunstrike is just that powerful. But yeah. What do you guys think of this ban list? I'm under the impression that like this ban list is honestly not that bad. I think definitely hitting the like top 4, literally like what we saw in Worlds, just seeing and hitting everything that we saw qualify, I think was the right play. And I think going into the next couple months, like the next like month and a half, is probably going to be what is going to be like the right play going forward until we go into Sunstrike. So, you know, what about you guys? Let me know what you guys think down in the comments, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.